Go. So,
Mrs. Hogg is bringing the beer first.
okay. Mrs. Ha's bringing some beer. That'll get us going.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Ha. Thank you. So, just met this great couple. Have no idea where they're from, but we thought we'd start from the beginning. So, where are you from?
Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speak Canadian. I do. I'm from Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Pretty
we
close.
speak Canadian
Yeah.
there too, eh?
Cold
Yeah.
winters.
And
Yeah.
what's your name?
Where? Where you? Yeah, where? So where are you from, and what's your names?
Well, Saskatoon.
Saskatoon.
Yeah, middle
Ah,
of
yeah.
nowhere.
Middle of
Right.
the prairies.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm Sonia.
And I'm
Sonia.
Jason.
Jason. Have we been to Saskatoon?
No, my dear.
What?
No.
I'm trying to think. So we went from Banff to Vancouver that way. That's the
Oh.
only thing we've ever done, isn't it? Up in that area. So
We're the opposite way.
We're about right
Yeah,
in the middle
the other
between
way.
Winnipeg and Calgary.
okay. So now you started out where?
Saigon.
In Saigon,
Yep.
and and you had. I see you came in with bikes,
Yep.
motor scooters.
Yeah, so there's a company called Ticket Motorcycles where it's run by an expat from the UK, and he has a bunch of new bikes. A lot of backpackers do this type of trip, but they get older bikes that tend to break down quite often.
Huh.
So this guy came up with the idea where you basically buy a brand new bike from him for the cost of a new bike, and then when you when you finish in Hanoi, he buys them back from you for around $200 to $300 less than what you originally paid. So
That's interesting.
yeah, so you own the bike, but they have a guaranteed price that they'll buy back from you. So it costs around $300 per bike for a month.
And you are going to Hanoi? Is that you're headed up there?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yeah.
the total trip is how long?
We take a month. From what we read online, most people recommend you take at least 3 weeks, but a lot of people recommend even
Yeah.
2 to 3
Longer.
months to go up in
Yes.
the north into Sapa and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
This is our halfway point.
Isn't
And
it?
have you
isn't it?
enjoyed it so far? I mean, has it been difficult with the riding or anything?
It's been
No.
both.
It's been better than I expected. I think, in most places, anyways. We were a little bit worried about the highway, but it's been better. It's been not too bad. Most of the highway we've done has been 2 lanes, and then we have our own little shoulder
Yeah.
part, so that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the semi-drivers are a little
Yeah.
Semi-drivers, yeah.
maniacs, but
Yeah.
drivers.
So that's what I was curious about, the roads. So the road's a little bit small in spots,
yeah.
or
So
all the way.
we've been trying to stay off the main highways a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
The only problem is that really extends your trip.
Sure.
So when you're on the main highway, you pretty much go 60 to 70 kilometers per hour straight the whole way. As soon as you get off it, a lot of the roads are filled with potholes and some of them are pretty narrow. So you're probably averaging 30 to 40 kilometers an hour. So it makes
Oh,
it
boy.
a long day of
Yeah, yeah,
traveling.
sure.
It's
Oh.
really
Yeah.
long day.
But
Are
a
you-
little safer. So.
And you've biked before, I assume.
Yeah, we have our license back home in
Right,
Canada.
right, right. So insurance, you have to have insurance too. Here?
It's kind of a gray area, I guess. I think to legally operate a motorcycle in Vietnam, you need a local license
Yeah.
or an international driver's
Right.
license. We don't have either.
Uh-oh.
We've run into the cops. They tried extorting us for some money.
Well, I was going to say, so you give them your license and some money with the license, or no?
Well, basically, we had read about it online, and we had been warned in Saigon about it that
Yeah.
outside of Mui Ne, there's a police check stop.
Okay.
So at this check stop, they basically want $1 million dong per person.
A million.
And we were just told to pretend not to speak English. So Sonia, she speaks Spanish. I speak a little bit, but I pretended to a lot more. And we basically pretended that we couldn't understand them.
We had
and
fake wallets ready.
We
so
took
with
our
just
keys.
a little bit of money.
Yeah,
You
we
took your keys
we took our keys and we put them in our pockets
pocket,
right away.
so they can't.
That's what we were instructed to do.
Okay.
And they argued with us for about 20 minutes. We just pretended we couldn't understand. We had 200,000 dong ready, and basically we told them that's all we had. They had a whole setup though. They had cab drivers that they were trying to take us to the ATM. They'll say, "You stay here. You get in the cab. Go to the
Oh,
ATM.
my
Go get
goodness.
the money."
Wow.
And after 20 minutes, they just let us go. But
You ran them out. You just ran them dry.
Yeah, he just kind of said,
got
"Get
frustrated.
out of here, get out of here."
I'll take the next one that comes through.
Yeah, well, there were
Oh, there
lots
was-
going through.
There's tons.
There was probably about a dozen that went through in our 20 minutes that all just paid $1 million each. So
And they just,
Can you imagine what they must make a day?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because that's
Ooh,
about $45
Yeah.
US dollars.
that's a lot of money here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so the
So they're doing
lady,
pretty good.
the lady who worked in Saigon when we got our bikes, she had told us that they're going to threaten to impound your bike for up to 7 days, and there's all these fines on top of that. She basically said it's all BS. That the government doesn't want to mess with tourism, so
Wow.
these cops really don't want to push
They're not
their
gonna take it
boundaries
too
too
far.
far.
No.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
they came up with some money, but we call it basically
Our little fee.
a fee for running the country
Yeah.
illegally here.
Yeah. now, did you do any homework before at home? Because we've done a lot of homework ourselves, and I I got an international driver's license, not knowing if I was going to use it or not. And then, did you buy insurance too, like the health insurance and stuff like that?
Yeah, I guess through both
We
of our
have it.
employers. we have
Hospitalization?
travel
Yeah.
insurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess in terms of researching, there's one site in particular. It's called VietnamCoracle.com, and they
Vietnam
Coracle.
Coracle.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of different routes. So on Google Maps, I think they have 5 different routes that you can take throughout the country, ranging from coastal roads to mountainous roads. And then on the maps, they have different attractions and places to stop. So we basically use that. We did
Yeah,
what's called
nice.
the classic route. But
Yeah.
I'm not too sure if you've heard of the TV show Top Gear. From the
Top
BBC.
Gear, we love it. Oh yeah.
So I think they started this trend. I think it was around 2008 or 2009. They bought bikes and they did the same thing.
Yes.
So I think that's kind
Okay,
of what
I didn't
started
see
this.
that, but I have seen something similar to that on their their TV program.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they do it in Europe too for cars. Now in the old days, I mean, we were in a travel business, the two of us, and going back to the 70s is when I was in travel, and big deals were like European Mercedes or a lot of German cars. You would fly over, get a Porsche, drive it to wherever, Spain,
Yep.
and then ship it to the United States.
Cool.
So that similar thing, but what they say in Thailand, same but different.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Wow.
Yeah. We've been enjoying it so far.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
been really good.
Now, is this your first trip to Southeast Asia, or have you been to Thailand and other places before?
just to the Philippines.
Yeah, we did Philippines last year,
Yeah.
but that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
So you speak Spanish,
Yes.
and you hadn't thought about, have you done any Spanish countries like this, or?
South America.
We did Nicaragua
And El Salvador.
and El Salvador, where I'm born, or I
Okay.
was
Yeah.
born. Yeah.
Some of our best friends are from El Salvador.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah,
Beautiful country.
yeah. The last name is LaSalle. LaSalle, Guillermo and Beatrice LaSalle.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
good
did
friends.
leave because of the
Yeah.
situation. right?
Yeah.
They were a wealthy
Same
family,
with
and
my family.
yeah,
We-
had to get out.
Totally.
How sad, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a
Beautiful
little bit
country.
better, but not
It's a beautiful country too.
great.
Sad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We've done a lot more, I guess, Central America, just because
Yeah,
it's
just
closer to home.
Yes.
but,
Right.
Yeah.
Like Cuba, I guess Mexico. North
Yeah, you
America.
guys are fortunate.
Yeah, you can
Canadians,
go to
you can
Cuba. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow,
It's
we
pretty
still
unique
can't go, even though they say it's open.
Oh, you
You
still
know,
can.
well, you can go. You just have to spend a lot of money on a tour. You know, it's a organized tour. I remember when I first went to China, it was the same thing. When you could go to China. It was back in the 80s when they first opened, mid 80s, but you couldn't leave the group. So you couldn't walk the streets or do anything. So it's a similar thing with
Okay.
Cuba right now. You can go, but you know but they watch you. You know.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I had heard some Americans, they'll go to Toronto and then fly from Toronto
Yeah.
to Cuba.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Or
what
Central
You can go from the
America,
Bahamas,
Mexico.
you can go from Panama.
Yeah.
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 You know, so you can do it.
Like, I don't know when they stamp your passport.
Well, a lot of times what they do is they'll give you a sheet of paper. You just shove it in,
Oh, okay.
and then when you leave, they just take the paper.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Never been stamped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what we did too.
Okay. That
We
makes
got
sense.
married in
then.
Cuba.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
So what do you do back home?
I'm an urban planner.
And I'm an optician.
Optician. Ah. Well, you want to get your eyes checked?
Well, I can't check them.
No, but you can.
No.
No, not here anyway.
No.
Did we have an experience in Thailand with eyes? No, you were going to,
No,
but you
I
never
had
did.
I had
Yeah.
a crown done there because, you know, in the States it's really expensive to
Yeah.
have
Oh, yeah.
eyes, glasses,
Yeah.
crowns, and that kind of
We
thing.
were going to do eyes, but we didn't get around to it, did we?
But we've been traveling for 5 months now, and
Okay.
we got another.
Whereabouts have you all gone?
Chiang Mai.
Yep.
We went to Chiang Mai. We were going to stay 2 months, and we stayed 3. We liked it.
Oh,
Awesome.
wow.
And then Laos and Cambodia. I mean, you know, the major cities there. And then Ho Chi Minh City. Now here, Hue and Hanoi, and then home.
Okay. What's been your favorite so far?
You know, we really like it here.
This
Yeah.
is really
We really like it
It
here. I
is,
mean, but
yeah.
we're being spoiled at this
Oh, yeah.
hotel, right?
Yeah.
Wow, this is nice.
the weather is beautiful here.
yeah.
Chiang Mai is nice, and you know
We
it's,
like Chiang
it's
Mai.
a digital nomad capital of Southeast Asia. There's a lot of stuff going on there. There are expats that if you want to, you know, meet up with them. I think Chiang Mai is really nice. The problem with it is in March, this time of year, the rice farmers start burning the fields, and Chiang Mai is in a basin surrounded by mountains. And what happens is, you know, you just are. Even the regular masks don't help
Oh,
with
okay.
the
Yeah.
ash and the. Oh, I mean, and it's not safe. I mean, it's not healthy.
No.
Yeah.
So, you know, basically you'd have to leave for March and April and come back. And then June, July, August, of course, is the rainy season. So, I don't know. I mean, we're not really looking for a place to live forever, you know. But 6 months of the year we wouldn't mind living
Absolutely.
in a place like this or, you know, Chiang
Yeah.
Mai.
And I mean, the prices in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For basically 30
Yeah.
US a night at a
Yeah.
hotel.
Oh,
with
shoot.
Free breakfast.
and breakfast. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, we
we're
set
definitely.
ourselves a budget. I mean, we're not backpackers, but we set ourselves a budget. We said we don't want to spend any more than we spend in the States. We want to spend less.
Yep.
And we have. And it's not that we don't do things. You know, we do our sightseeing and that kind of thing. But just like you say, you know, you go down the street and you have a meal for $3.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and it's a good meal too.
That's how we rationalize it too. Even if we were at home, I mean, you're going to be going out with friends,
Yeah.
and $4 a beer,
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably at least $20 for a meal.
Yeah. Oh yes.
So I mean, you're almost saving money if you're going here, even if you
Yeah.
go out.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
Well, friends of ours think we're nuts, but you know, and they think
And
we
family.
must be very wealthy because to do this. But you know, we don't do a lot at home. I mean, we don't go out a lot. We don't spend a lot of money on clothes. We don't, you know, go to big shows and spend $70 a ticket.
this is what we do.
yeah.
This is what we
Same
do.
as us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of satisfaction in it.
It is, yeah.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Bill wants to go and help that guy with his muscle catching. I don't. Think
I'd like
he'd
to
be
go out there and help
appreciated.
him
Oh, really?
steer the boat. You know, he's dragging for mussels.
Huh. So you've been on the boat with him?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
wants to.
She teases me. I said I'd like to go over there and see if I could help him. You know.
So what's you? I mean, you've only just started really with Ho Chi Minh City. Where did you stay there? In Ho Chi Minh City.
Honestly, we got in late at night. We got in
Like
around 11
11?
p.m.
Yeah.
And we already had a place pre-booked.
Yeah.
It was called Blue Diamond.
Yeah. Diamond.
And we didn't stay long in Ho Chi Minh City just because we were stretched for time to do
Yeah.
this whole trip.
Yeah.
I wish we could have spent a few days touring around, but we really didn't see much of it at all. So
We left the next morning.
yeah,
So everything was done online. Bikes were ready.
bikes were ready. Yeah, we pre-booked them online.
You got bags, saddle bags. I see.
Yeah, so they have different models that you can order. I wanted a manual transmission, so they kind of had a limited selection. Most of the other bikes are, I believe, either fully automatic or semi-automatic. So
125s, are they?
this
What
one's
is
a
it?
150.
150 is better.
I think yours is a 110.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have a semi-automatic. Way easier.
Yeah.
But you'll see quite a few backpackers. I've even around the backpacking area here.
Yeah.
They're what's called Honda Winds. They say they're Honda, but they stopped producing them long ago when they're just made with Chinese knockoff parts.
Yeah.
And there's thousands of videos on YouTube of people doing the trip, and most of the bikes have major problems. There's mechanics probably within a kilometer of anywhere you are
Yeah.
along the trip. So mechanics will fix it, basically anything for very cheap, under $10. You'll get a
Have you-
clutch or
yeah.
anything like that.
Have you had issues?
No, no.
No, because they're brand new.
Yeah, mine had 900 kilometers on it.
Yeah.
You could have got a brand new one, but just in case you dropped it, you asked for an older one.
No, well, a blue card issued. Well, yeah, I guess dropping it too.
Yeah.
But
Well, they're heavy things.
yeah,
aren't
they are. Yeah. So,
So-
mine had, I think, 8,000.
Yeah.
So it's still.
But I've seen quite a few videos of people with the Chinese Honda Winds that some of them have started on fire. A lot of people get stranded, and we just
No,
We've ran
it's
into
not worth it.
no. We ran into people, and the guy said he was going up to Dalat, which is up in the mountains, and
Yeah.
his throttle just
his throttle cable snapped.
snapped.
So
So
No, that's
Oh,
not
wow.
fun. Yeah.
I was already kind of stressed with the windy roads and uphill, downhill. So that's the last thing I needed on my plate.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm glad at least we have peace of mind with those.
Well, we've seen horror stories and we've
Yeah.
heard horror stories about people. You know, a lot of times, and I used to be a biker myself, long time ago, and it's not really you. It's the guy that pulls in front of you, and
Yeah.
you T-bone them. You know, they don't. People aren't paying any attention. Doesn't matter whether you're in Vietnam or you're in U.S. or Canada. You know, it happens.
Yeah.
it's tough because I've read about a lot of people that have never been on a scooter, let alone a motorcycle before, and they show up and they've seen the Top Gear episode and they try and do the trip, and I don't know.
Disaster.
Most of
Yeah.
the people have finished without getting major injuries, but I would recommend maybe taking at least a motorcycle safety course at home before or something like that.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
In Florida, you have to have the course
Same
to,
as
to
us.
get a license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good to have.
Yeah.
But a lot of people ask, like, in Ho Chi Minh City and Dalat and stuff like that, some of the bigger cities, like, the traffic is very hectic.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's all scooters and everyone's moving slowly. So it's very chaotic, but it's almost like a school of fish.
Yes.
Yes.
It is,
So
yeah.
it looks worse than what it is, but everyone's moving slow, and if a scooter doesn't want to hit you because they're going to hurt themselves if they hit you as well.
Right.
So
Yes.
everyone's
Right.
kind of respectful of one another.
Yeah.
I'd say it's more on the highway where if a bus is behind a semi going up a hill, if they pull into the other lane and there's not another semi, they'll start passing. So
Yeah.
sometimes they kind of push us off the road on
Yes.
their shoulder.
No, we were on buses.
Yeah.
In,
They do.
in Cambodia. That's what happens, yes.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, these scooter people, man, and that was you guys.
Yeah. So you listen for the horn to scare the shit out of you, and
Yeah.
they'll come flying by. But
Oh, shoot.
I don't know. You kind of get used to it after a while, I guess.
I think so. Yeah.
Just be focused on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, do you use a GoPro are you recording some of this or?
Yeah, quite a bit. I haven't been doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Typically, I'll have the chest mount or the head mount,
Yeah.
and if we're in a location that's pretty scenic, or just something interesting, if the traffic is nuts, I'll turn it on. We plan on making a travel video when we're done.
Good.
Just like a quick 10-minute video or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get, I guess, the
Or the random animals crossing the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
You get a cow or a bison or
Yeah.
something like that. Bison,
Exactly.
what is it?
No, buffalo, don't
buffalo.
water buffalo.
Water
yeah.
buffalo, yeah, and they're really large, so you don't want to hit one of those.
Yeah, and you got to watch out for the crap on the road too. If you're going
Slippery?
around a corner,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been
don't wanna
lucky so
skid
far.
on it.
but, yeah.
Yeah, in Florida, it's the sand. You know, you get sand on the corners,
Yep.
like you say, and that'll spin you out really easily. But crap on the road, I never thought about that. Yeah, that could happen here. And they're big crappers too, aren't they?
Oh yeah. There's some areas along the coast too, along Weenay. It's very sandy, so once the wind gets blowing, it gets quite a bit
Yes.
on the road. But
Yeah.
By the sand dunes.
the thing is, we're rarely ever going faster than 60, especially even on a turn. So
Yeah.
typically, it's not like back at home where you're going to take a turn. You don't expect anyone coming into your lane at home, so you're going to take a turn at
Yeah.
100 kilometers an hour as
Sure,
opposed to here.
sure.
You
Yeah.
slow it down. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Fantastic.
That is so
after
cool.
this, you'll stop in Hue, will you, or not? What's your next stop?
We go Da Nang,
Da Nang.
Da Nang.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
just gonna go there for a night,
Yeah.
and then Hue.
then Hue, and then Khe Sanh, and then up to the caves in Phang Nga, and then Ninh Binh,
And then Hanoi.
and then Hanoi.
Hanoi.
Hopefully,
We,
have time to do Ha Long Bay, but
Yes.
You know, as we said, we just left Saigon, and when we hit
You came by train.
Okay.
17 hours.
wow.
Oh, you went straight from
But Saigon to
Yeah.
here, 17 hours. And it was wonderful. I would recommend to do it at least once,
No, do it
one
once.
way.
Yep.
You know, just either here from there to here or here to Hanoi, at least. But you know, we're not going the rest of the way by train. We're going to
We're
fly.
gonna fly,
But but it was a very, very nice trip. It was at nighttime when we took off, but you know, we had the whole morning until noon to see the scenery, and so it was a beautiful trip. Yeah, it was like
fun.
you guys did, only safer.
Well,
Yeah.
Did they have the beds on it?
yeah,
Beds.
we
We had.
had- we
There were
booked-
two Vietnamese up above us, and
We booked
and
the lower
two of
berths.
us.
Oh,
Obviously.
okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, the only thing was that the toilet facilities are
Yeah.
Yeah.
We heard that from someone else too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we might take an overnight train. There's one stretch that's pretty long, so we might cheat a bit.
You can put bikes on there.
You can put bikes on there, yeah.
Ah, okay.
So
From
I think in
here-
Phong Nha, there's a city just outside there called Dong Hoi, and I think we're planning on doing an overnight train.
So you would, I guess, it would be in the baggage car or some kind of a,
I think so.
because there's no room on the train we were on.
No, what I read online is make sure you don't fuel up because they'll drain your fuel. I think it's just a fire hazard.
yes.
But drain your fuel and they'll put your bikes on it. You have to pay for it,
Yeah.
and then you just pick it up at the destination. So
Yeah.
They do have between Hue and Hanoi. They put on a special car for foreigners, which is, and we thought it went all the way to Saigon, and that we would be able to be in that, but it wasn't. But between Hue and Hanoi, you know, if you book that, it's more expensive, but it's a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And the toilet facilities are a lot nicer. But as Bill says, it was good. I mean, I slept on and off during the night, and then woke up at like 5:30. You see all the scenery, the rice fields and the farmers, and it was just, you know, it's really an attractive country. This.
Yeah.
Yeah. it is.
Rice, and
Oh,
more
boy.
rice, and more rice.
Huh? You've seen it.
It's beautiful. I really like the rice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's beautiful green.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So then your video you're going to do, you're going to put it on YouTube, or you're going to...
Yeah, probably. We did one for the Philippines. We just do a bunch of highlights, but it's not really educational on the biking of it or anything like that. It's more just some clips to a song.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to exchange emails, and we'll
Yeah.
Yeah,
give you,
absolutely.
give you a copy of our video, and
Do you do
we'd
stuff
love to see
quite
yours.
often?
Do what?
Like videos quite often?
We got about 230.
Okay, wow, yeah.
A lot of short ones. And then when we get back home, I'm going to have to rework them and put some together and
Yeah.
do that kind of stuff. But so we're learning as we go along.
I gotta say that travelers like us really appreciate those videos because, especially in some of these countries,
Yeah.
infrastructure is constantly changing.
Yeah.
And, new developments and stuff. So
Yeah.
you'll read a blog back from 2008, and so much has changed since then.
Oh,
yes.
So it's
Yeah.
really nice to go on YouTube or to find some new blogs that have updated information. And
Good.
Yeah.
That's how we planned a lot of our trip here.
Good,
We
good.
did
Well,
too,
that's what we did
actually.
too.
We did too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we had, the bloggers really do a great job.
I mean, we tried to book a hotel in Hanoi, in Saigon, that one of the bloggers recommended. It was full, so we found something else.
Yep.
But that's where I started. And then he
yeah.
said, go here for the best chicken tikka or whatever, and then go here for this. There's a restaurant that he recommends here as well. Is it Pho 29 or something? So you read that,
And then
you
also
make notes, and then you go
And the happy hour,
happy hour in Cham Cham.
Cham Cham.
Okay.
Happy
restaurant, happy hour.
60-cent beers.
Is that just down that way?
I don't know. It's that way somewhere.
It's south. It's on the south bank near the Japanese covered bridge. That's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Can't beat that for price.
So we got, I think, three or four that we work from, don't we? See, we're 4 countries, 6 months. So a lot of them have already reported a lot of this and fairly new. So so what we're trying to do is to do the accommodations, do the sightseeing, and in the blog we're trying to help people with what to expect, what to see, stuff like that. So for you guys too, it's same deal. So someone's going to love to see your video and how you get through the country.
Yeah. Yeah, it's invaluable. I mean, between Google Maps and these blogs, it's a lot easier to travel the country these days.
Oh yeah.
Way easier.
You know,
I can't imagine.
when we were in the travel business, I mean, there was absolutely none of the internet stuff. And he would put tours together. I mean, it took forever if you wanted to do a private tour.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just went to a company and said, "I want that departure. Block it for me." But it's come a long, long way since then. Much easier.
Do you use Maps.me?
I have both. We've mainly just used, because we have a data SIM card here.
Yeah.
We have constant data, so we've just been using Google Maps. But I think the benefit of Maps.me is you can download the entire country offline
Yes.
onto your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you always have it accessible. But I think they're very similar. We
Yeah.
just out of familiarity
Yeah.
have just used Google Maps for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah, yeah. So how much data did you buy then?
For 200,000 dong, we got 7 gigabytes.
7 gigabytes, and that just lasts until it's gone.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not a 30-day deal or whatever,
Actually,
isn't it? I don't
It might
know.
have been 30 days.
Yeah.
It might have been.
That's not a
pretty
bad.
sure it just
That's cheap, you know.
Yeah, it's
Compared to
back
home?
Yeah. I think we
pretty sure
pay
it just
$70
says
for 10 gigs
Yeah.
back at home. So
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect for you.
Yeah,
You're
it's
only here
great.
30 days anyway, so
Yeah.
And the nice part too is, one, there's reception, 3G or 4G reception basically anywhere you go
Oh,
in
of
the
course.
country. I don't
Yeah.
know if we've never been in a location that we haven't had reception.
I don't think so.
And then yeah, like you mentioned too, every hotel, restaurant
Everything.
they all have it.
always has Wi-Fi. So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
go on that to save some data
Yeah.
if we need to.
The problem Bill's had is, uploading and downloading and
Speeds.
Speed.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, we're running 10 here, 10 up and 10 down. That's not bad.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our room is in the far corner, so we have spotty reception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not very
Right
good.
there is where the second floor, behind that pole right there, is the
Oh,
second
okay.
floor Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's a big one in the lobby,
Yeah,
and I think there's one on the third floor too.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to place yourself, I guess,
Yeah.
where the signal
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Well, I actually
come in.
downloaded the app to my speedtest.net.
Yep.
I downloaded that to my phone, so I just hit my phone and I start going around trying to find the best spot.
Yeah.
And
Well,
this is it.
This is the
This
spot.
is it.
Well, this is best for beers, lunch, and Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And cool. Look at the beautiful canopy and everything. You know, I mean, you have to pinch yourself once in a while. Wonder where you are.
exactly.
we're not beach people, but you don't want to be stuck in a room, however nice it is. So,
Yeah.
what can be better than this?
Yeah,
You just
this is
relax
really
and
nice.
watch the world go by, and it's fabulous.
It blows my mind sometimes. Like yesterday, we were at the beach, and some of the ladies selling stuff along the beach. Well, I guess basically any of the workers here.
Even this is not.
Yeah, they're covered head to toe. There's no sun.
Gloves,
Yeah.
everything.
Winter jackets.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
socks.
And the face mask.
Yeah.
And everything. All they got is their eyes showing.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they wear glasses on top of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're in shorts and a tank top, like just
Yes.
sweating. I don't know how they do it.
Well, we say the same thing.
They'll do anything not to be dark-skinned.
Yeah.
They don't
All
want to be
about
dark.
being white.
That's what I've heard
Yeah.
it's for. Yeah, to avoid a tan.
Yeah, and we go out, we're white, we want to be brown, they're
Yeah,
brown, they
I
want to
want
be
the
white.
opposite.
It's crazy.
We were talking about that yesterday with some of the people on the beach, like they were just golden dark. You could tell they've been tanning a lot, and they must just think we're crazy, just sitting out there in the sun. And
Well, we want to thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
we appreciate you taking your time out of your
Yeah,
day
no worries.
to be with us and to give us a little insight on what's going on. I mean, this is what we really wanted to see for biking, and you've given us some great stuff. So,
Yeah.
took it away your beach time. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
Oh, that's okay.
yeah,
like I said, we're on holidays. but,
yeah, we got
Somebody
plenty
else
of
needs
time.
to be on the beach.
So,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
thanks again, and I'll share my information with you later on, and you
Absolutely.
can we'll do emails together and stuff, and
For
that's
sure.
fantastic. Thanks.
Yeah, no
Appreciate
worries.
it. Okay.